Hey there everyone, my name is Moki Shrapnel from the Guys That Play Games, back with some more Final Fantasy IX in depth. and you know what? Guess what? Finally, after like 6 hours of side questing, we're finally going back to the main story. Hooray! The first thing we're going to do is get ambushed, because if you pick one of the wrong holes to go into here, there's 4 holes. Pick the wrong one, we fight everyone's favorite, Antlion. Hooray! So it's not the exact same thing, because, you know, it has less HP and, you know, it does more damage, but, you know. It does still have this attack, which is always fun on the bun. Didn't even put Quina down to 1 HP so I could limit Glove. But at least Garnet got the Kirog off. I don't remember, I'm pretty sure in this game desert enemies heal from water, right? Yeah, that's something that's like kind of inconsistent. Like in some games, like in Final Fantasy V for example, desert enemies are weak to water, and like Aqua Breath in particular is like a weird ass spell that's technically not even a water attack, but it's like it has like a special thing where it's just like, yeah, if you use it on what is considered a desert enemy, it does like octuple damage to them, which is enough to like one-shot pretty much every desert enemy like several times over, outside of like one boss fight where you can still mostly one-shot the boss. In this game, it's like they're weak to ice and they actually heal from water. Golly gumdrops. I guess we haven't seen Frog Drop now. How much damage is Frog Drop doing right now? Not bad, 800. I'll take that. And it's definitely doing more. The Ice Lance is definitely doing more to Antlion, who's going to immediately hit him with a counter horn. Hooray! Wow, that did a lot actually. Holy moly! We haven't actually seen Shiva yet, have we? Nope, because we're getting the full animation here. So hey, why not? This will actually probably like destroy him. I'm thinking about it. We've got lots of it's Opal for Shiva. We got lots of Opal, and this is like a full damage summon right now. So yeah, sorry, Antlion. 2,000, dang, that didn't kill it though. Here comes the trouble, Mucus. Oh, okay, how often do you get to see that? Killed a big ass enemy by stealing from it. That's funny. He goes, so yeah, he gives like nothing. He does give sapphires though, and I think if I remember correctly, once you actually find the right dungeon to go into here, you lose access to these Antlion encounters. So if you want the sapphires, this is your chance. Sapphires do boost Aiko's summon damage for her Fenrir, so it is worth it. I'm not even sure if it's worth it, because I think we actually get cured here, but I'm still gonna heal these, like why not? Just in case I don't, right? Alright, and then we'll just quickly go boop. And there you go. Alright, so you go into this hole right here. It's the farthest one away, of course. I love it. It's like you enter into the hole and it's just like yeah, we're already getting flexed on by Kuja. Ha ha ha! I knew you'd come. Everything is going according to plan. Zidane, Rabbit, wake up! Ugh. And we're just in a freaking metal room. You can kind of already see, if you look in the corner there, there's something flowing out there. Sid, where the heck are we? Good question, Rabbit. I wish I knew. After I fell into the quicksand. I like that it's like even like here, it's like we didn't enter the quicksand. We just jumped into quicksand or fell into it. Like, not the greatest plan. After I fell into the quicksand, everything went dark. That's all I can remember. Me too, Ribbit. When I woke up, Ribbit, I was in this room. Oh yeah, where is everyone? I don't know, Ribbit. I hope they're alright. So you're finally awake. That voice! It's Kuja! I'm so happy to see you again. You rat bastard! Where are my friends? I love that he just straight up calls him a rat bastard here. My, aren't we feisty today? No need to worry about them. They're in rooms not unlike yours. Oh yes, by the way, I should probably enlighten you as to your situation, currently. You know, just swap situation currently there. Yikes! I'm sure that even your feeble mind can grasp what would happen if you were to take that plunge. Ha 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 ha! Kuja, you're dead! Oh dear, was it something I said? Either way, now that you're aware of your predicament, I'd like you to do a tiny little favor for me. I'll let your friends live if you say yes. Oh, we get a choice here. I mean, why would we say no? If we say no, he's gonna kill us, so, I mean... I guess, damn it, I have no choice. Damn it, I don't have a choice. Very good. You've chosen wisely. First, step outside. I'm glad that Sid is immediately aware enough to just immediately also come with us and not just hang out in the room. Like, you don't think about it, but, like, there's nothing... Like, I'm not even... Like, does Kuja even, like, give a shit about Sid right now? Like, who knows? Hey, Sid. I need you to look after the others. Fine, Ribbit. I won't let you down. And you, Ribbit. You come back safe. Yeah, I will. See ya. I guess it doesn't really matter what I equip right now. I have the rebirth ring still on, but... So this is a question I've been thinking about for some time here. Leave this to me. So, if it wasn't gonna be obvious, we're gonna be out doing some questing for Kuja, and we're asked to take a couple people with us. Not these guys again. Stand between the two black mages. And the people you take are kind of important. Well, kinda. Well, you know what? I'll just wait a sec. What's going on? Welcome to my humble abode. Just cut to the chase and tell me what the hell you want. This place actually does look like really nice. Like, can you believe he just has this place under the desert here? Like, there's a lot of implications in this game about stuff like this. About what even is this place? My, we're upset, aren't we? Well, this is your errand. I want you to go somewhere and bring something back for me. So tell me what it is already, you demon. I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Surely you haven't forgotten that I hold your friends' lives in my hand. Grrr. I'm going to send you to a place called Oilvert. Where's that? Oilvert is south of the Seaways Canyon on the Forgotten Continent. It really isn't my kind of place. What do you mean by that? You see, there's an anti-magic barrier around the place, and I want to send you because you're too stupid to use magic. Once there, I want you to retrieve the Galug Stone for me. What do you say? Isn't it a simple task? I'll even send you on my luxury cruise ship, so you don't have to worry about transportation. Perhaps it's too much for you. I'd better send you 3 of your friends just to be safe. Besides, nobody likes to fight against himself. And then Zidane gets, hits him with the triple question mark. Zidane's been hitting a lot of these just like exclamation points and question marks for the last little bit of story. Like, that was all over the Black Mage Village, was just Zidane going, huh? Never mind. Speak their names and you've chosen your partners. So this is kind of an important choice for a couple reasons. The big one, obviously, is that, as Kuja says, there's an anti-magic barrier around this place. So it's kind of like, you kind of have like an expected group of people you can take. It's like, okay, well, don't bring your mages. But, however, traditionally, I always like to bring Freya, Amaranth, and Dagger with me, because Freya and Amaranth are obviously good melee attackers. They have abilities that you can use without magic, so they do pretty well. Steiner still is kind of magic reliant at this point, which is kind of like a big thing against him. Like his sword, he has Dark Side right now, but Dark Side isn't that great. It uses his max HP, and he only has so much of that, and it's not easy to heal in a place where you don't have magic, right? You don't have white magic either. But also, like, you can leave him here, and he stays with Vivi, which they combo well. Because spoiler alert, the people you don't take with you are gonna also be doing their own dungeoning. And I like to take Dagger because, for one thing, Dagger's a little, like, inconsistent right now because, like, she can just randomly fail to do stuff. But there's still a bit of a travel time to Oilvert, and it's nice to just have a mage on the way there. And her rackets are doing good damage right now anyways, so it's not that big a deal. There's also the fact that, like, we saw that there's a marsh on the Forgotten Continent, so Quina isn't a terrible idea either. If you want, you can do frogging now instead of having to wait for an airship, but I don't like doing that because, like, frankly speaking, it's not that big a deal. And Quina's useless inside anyways because their damage is so... I mean, they're not useless, but their damage is obviously quite random. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that this is going to suck for me because I want to show off all the different text you can see here and, like, the different reactions. And the thing is that, as you can imagine, because we can literally pick from all our different party members here, and, like, they're each going to be in their own groups, there's a lot of different dialogue you can see here. And it's not like I can just pick my party members and then just skyrocket off to wherever. You have to do, like, it's like you do the entire Ziding section first, and then you get a section with these 4 over here. So that means I'm going to have to be playing through this, like, I don't even know how many times, because I don't know how much dialogue there actually is that's dependent on party composition. But at the very least, I think I'll have to play through it, like, at least, like, I don't even know, like, I guess at least 5 times off the top of my head, because which party member is actually selected as the active party member here amongst, like, the people you leave behind obviously depends on who's actually here. And so there's, like, a couple of different groups you can get. I believe that amongst these guys, like, obviously Zidane can't be your party member in that group because he's always here. And I believe Amaranth can't be either because he's, like, the lowest priority. And I think Freya is also unable to be a party leader because there's just not a party composition where she's the highest priority because she's, like, second lowest. So there's just, you're always going to have at least 3 other party members, right? So they're always going to be higher than her except for Amaranth. And then there's, like, one more person who can't be party leader. Probably Quina? I don't actually remember the composition. We'll talk about that later. I think what I might actually do is I'm going to do my group here. This is going to be my setup for this area. And then once we finish, like, these guys over here too, I might just do a bunch of, like, uncommentated playthroughs that are just of the different compositions you can select here, because there's so much, and, like, doing a half part that shows off all of this shit, it's like, God, I'm gonna be playing, like, I'm gonna be doing, like, literally hours and hours and hours of playing for, like, 5 minutes of dialogue. So I guess this would cut out the editing, I don't know. That's not the... Dang it, man. This is the one thing I haven't been looking forward to, is that I'm going to be doing a lot of editing here. I might end up just doing... I'll probably end up doing, like, a 0.9, if anything, because I'll probably do a half part where I talk about certain things, because we haven't even talked about certain abilities we have yet, so we haven't even gotten to see, but this is the party we're going with. I want Freya, Amaranth, and Dagger. Fine, I shall summon them up. I don't know why I had a lisp there, it's kind of just how I ended up talking. Not on purpose, just... Freya. Amaranth. And Dagger. Even here, it's like the order of dialogue here is different. Because I selected my party as Freya, Amaranth, and Dagger. I'm not stepped through the door. I'm not doing anything like that. I don't give a crap about that. That's just annoying. Like, that's semantics at that point. Like, yeah, I guess the dialogue is different. Proceed to the center of the platform. I also like how Dagger takes forever because she's the last one to start walking. She's also the farthest away. Spare me the emotional reunion scene, please. Now, go stand with your friends. You'd better keep your promise, Kuja. Of course, you needn't worry one bit. Yeah, I'm sure he'll keep right on to that, eh? Yeah, what a bunch of idiots. Truly. And get used to hearing this song, by the way. Anyways, let's make sure we're all set up to actually, like, play the game. I guess we're good in terms of Zidane gear. He's got the Rebirth Ring. Freya's set up too. She can put on the Genji gloves, I guess, but that doesn't really do much for her right now. Can put on the shield armor though, and the shield armor is obviously fantastic. Like I said, this is like one of the best armors in the game. It doesn't have the highest defense, like there's a lot better, obviously. You can even see the Demon's Mill is better, but the magic defense bonus plus the triple tri-res elemental damage reduction is really nice. So slap that onto her. How are you doing, learning Demon Killer? I can actually slap on the Dragon's Claws right now. That's gonna make Amaranth do a lot of damage. It's elemental water though, so gotta keep that in mind. Why not? Can learn level up? Sure, why not? And he, I guess, can make up for his high damage by having low defense by learning Devil Killer. Oh, where's here? We want elemental. This is a big reason why I like bringing Amaranth here. Is learning Healer is fantastic here. So Healer works exactly like the. Where is it? The healing rod we have here, where it like turns your physical attack into a heal. Except that obviously, Amaranth actually has good physical attack, and it does use your physical attack for this, so Amaranth can actually put out some good damage here. I guess we'll go for the Light Bulb Land. Look at those stats there. This is also a big reason why it's nice to bring Dagger, because she becomes just like invincible here for a while. Alright, and the last thing we're going to put on is an accessory for Freya. Should we just learn accuracy plus while we're here? Yeah, sure. Where's that lapis? Accuracy plus, go! And let me think, what am I going to need for this next area? So, I guess we'll keep the steel stuff. We don't need Flea Gale because we're not going to be running from stuff for a while. And there's no, well, there's one thing that can confuse us, but probably Jelly. That's like the most notable thing I can think of. Canvas is actually pretty nice for this point in the game, as you can imagine, simply because, you don't have easy access to white magic once you get inside the Oilvert. So it's not a bad spot to slap that on. Keep counter. Alert helps with avoiding back attacks, so sure, why not? Fortunately, return magic is not super useful because we're not going to be running into a lot of magic for a while. As you can imagine, enemies inside the Oilvert do not use the old magic attacks either, because, that actually makes sense for once, imagine. We won't bother with healer yet, but we will once we get inside, because then Amaranth's going to be on healing duty at that point. It's actually pretty nice, but for now I guess we'll just leave this stuff on. It's fine. Oh yeah, what about Dagger? Doi. Half MP is exactly what it says. It's just half MP use. It rounds up, I believe, so... Or actually, does it round down? No, it rounds down, I think, actually. Yeah, because if something is an odd number, it cuts out the remainder, yeah. Half MP is quite good because of that. We'll take Chemist off, though. We don't really need that. Oh yeah, who has level up still? We obviously don't need level up right now. Whoops. Like Dagger sure doesn't need that. Slap on that. I mean, hell, we can use level. We can use half MP. Sure, why not? That'll make it way easier to use your magic. All right, let's go. Because there are random encounters in this room that we're traversing. Uh-oh, I'm gonna... Ogre! That, my friends, is an ogre, yep. However, Amaranth's gonna do big damage. Boom! Hit him with the triple threes. What? Zidane failed to steal with Master Thief? Come on. But he hit him with a Kniffy. I've yet to see a freeze. I would like to see a freeze, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So what summons have we seen yet? I don't think we saw Ifrit yet. So why not? Might as well show them all off before we get into it. Unfortunately, as you can imagine, summons count as magic too, so it's like right after Dagger finally gets access to all of her summons, she's mute and we're going to a place with no magic. And I could have left her to leave her behind, but there's good reason not to bring her there too. Bam! At the very least, she's doing big damage with her summons right now. So it's not like it's that big a deal. Like she's doing the big damo. As it were. So I think there's 2 enemies we can see in this area, although one of them, the ogre we just saw, will also show up for a while in Oilvert. And then there's another guy. Hey, a back attack. Nice. You know what that means? Let's, I guess... No. We want... Dude! Okay, there. Boom! Hit him for 2k. These guys actually, as you can see, actually have a decent amount of health right now, so... I mean, I guess I could Leviathan, but that's just gonna Oh, there you go, command failed. There you go, Dagger figured it out for me. Trouble Knife, ouch. Not that she takes much damage, but, it's funny. Yeah, get him! Once we get inside, we'll swap out from the Whale Whisker so that she can use her racket for decent damage. It helps because here's some more spoilers for you. The boss inside Oilvert, because of course there's a boss, is actually weak to wind, so... Whoa! It's the Hildegard. That must be the Hildegard 1. Let's get rid of that anointment. You can see how immediately it's hey, it's nice to have him cure. Unfortunately, half MP only applies in battle, so outside of battle you don't get the half MP benefit. There's our second enemy. I think I don't even remember what these guys' names are. It's something funky. It's Grimlock. Oh, I got it! Nailed it. So Grimlock's gimmick, if you can take a look here, they actually have 2 different forms that they change between. One where the red ball is on top and one where the blue ball is on top. The blue ball is the magic one and the red ball is the physical one. And their defense applies appropriately. So if I have Amaranth attack this blue one here, They also have the drop, which is actually a pretty strong attack at this point. But since, you know, Dagger's absolutely, like, stocked up on defense right now, it didn't do much. So Hammer could do a lot of damage to that guy by slashing it. But if I have, say... let's say Freya attack the physical one right here. Does nothing. Didn't even freeze it. And we'll also show off that the blue one is also particularly like vulnerable to physical attacks, but it has very high magic defense. So if we use Leviathan, Leviathan is a fair bit stronger than the other summons we have by default, although since I don't think we have much in the way of Aquamarine, this isn't actually going to do that much more damage. In fact, I might do less. I should have taken a look, actually. But, it's a nice looking summon. Look at that big tidal wave. Whoosh! Splash. You can see how it took like half as much, although it wasn't as defensive as I thought. But yeah, you can see this is another enemy that's pretty tanky at this point. Luckily, Zaiden can kind of get around it by just mugging them. Because, yeah, when they're both in physical attack form, you kind of want the... You don't really have any other ways to do damage to them right now. I mean, hey, why not? Atmos. So Atomos has a completely different formula than the other summons, because since it does percentage-based demi damage, having more Amethyst actually just increases the percentage amount of damage it does. So it's actually... Atomos can actually be quite strong, because if you have enough Amethysts, it just kind of does 100% of their health. You know, capped at... I forget if it's capped at 99% or if it's just capped at 9999 automatically, but... it's quite nice in that regard. Anyways, ow. Does like nothing, but you know. Let's let Amaranth to Chakra. This is another reason to obviously bring Amaranth on, because he can also just heal with Chakra. Wow, so I didn't getting the bad luck here. Come on, Steel. You got this. Come on. There we go. Aether's actually playing nice Steel. And that guy's dead. So you can see how these guys immediately will punish you for only bringing physical attackers into your party. Because if you only bring physical attackers, well, guess what? You kind of just have to sit there and wait for them to switch to their magic form. Anyways, let me quickly throw out a Kiraga. I guess we just learned Odin, which is pretty nice. Let me check my jewels. Yeah, we can see how we have one Aquamarine. So, while Leviathan is stronger right now, at like base, because of the amount of jewels we have, the others are like probably about caught up too. In particular, I will say, Ore is quite good right now that we have Odin, because, spoiler alert, Odin is actually powered up by Ore. And when I say powered up, it's just his chance of inflicting instant death, so... Odin actually gets like a huge, like, boost from the Ore you equip, because... because, like, having, like, you know, 100% chance of inflicting death is pretty good, as you can imagine. Most random encounters are not immune to death, so... I guess? Like, this is one of the few places where auto-regen can actually just be straight up, like, kind of, like, really nice. I wish I could equip the Barrette, but I want to learn more abilities. I guess we'll slap on the Gold Choker for Auto Potion for now. Gives a bit of magic defense, whatever. Oh, and he's already learned Devil Killer. How nice. So we can slap on Stone Killer and Bird Killer. Hell yeah. We haven't even gotten to see, like, the new abilities for Freya and Amaranth yet. Cause elemental damage to the enemy by using Gil. You'll find out how that works, because it does not work the way you would expect it to in this game. There's no Mercy, which is just a boost, like a boosted physical attack. Revive is especially nice here, because it means Amaranth can revive people, and Revive is exactly like the same as Life, basically. We'll talk about that in the I guess the half part, I don't know. When I have a chance to like talk about the actual like amount. And hey, Accessory Plus. I don't think Accuracy Plus will matter once we get to, whatchamacallit, to, like, once we make Amaranth a healer bot, because I don't think you can miss attacking your teammates? I don't remember off the top of my head. I guess we'll find out. And yeah, look at this little scene. So we can see the whole... It's like the desert palace is just under this whole mountain here, basically. So this is just a little pre-scripted scene. You can't control anything right here. They're just flying for you. And of course, they can't control the camera either. So we just gotta, you know, bask in the sights of the Hildegard 1. Guidance here to take a look around. Hey, can we really trust Kuja? And then he says the exact same thing here. I really like that. I mean, maybe I should have just read them out loud both times, but I like that he asks each one individually. Hey, say something! And then, of course, who else would show up? They will not answer to you. Respond to our orders only, they do. Why, you backstabbing bozos. I mean, I don't know if I'd call them backstabbers, but they've been against us the entire time. Like, I guess they were with Queen Braun before, but then we literally never saw them again after, you know, we, like, knocked them out in the dungeon. Those are slanderous words. Worst lies I've never heard. You needn't concern yourself with such things. One end to your friends' lives we shall bring. Damn it! And they hit him with the giggle. The black mages were originally designed just to oppress, but a strong sense of self the black waltzes came to possess. Always obey us, these mages do, because a strong ego they do not. These mass-produced ones are to break once we're through with their lot. Other purpose than more they have not. They have grown attached to life, yet they'll soon disappear. Hilarious! Nothing but toys are they here. I don't think you guys are any different. What? Rubbish! You say that the black mages have no souls, but you guys are pawns just like them. Am I right, or what? You won't be talking so big once we're done with you. Regret those words, you will. Well, let's just take it easy until we arrive. Drive safe, alright? I love that. Like, that's such a good line from Xylan. Just, I don't think you guys are any different. And immediately they're just like, oh, what? Like one sentence destroyed them. Just how could you say that about us? Truly. We can see some ice here, but for whatever reason, they're kind of mean to you, and they drop you off right at the top of the Forgotten Continent instead of flying you all the way there. But I guess, to be fair, there's not much grass in the Forgotten Continent, and I guess they can only land on the grass, so boom. And here we are. So if you're wondering, if you actually try to like talk, or like, I guess re-enter the airship, where are you going? You need to go south. Finish the mission, then you board. I can't read his dialogue because he's... Okay, let me retry this, actually. Where are you going? You need to go south. Finish the mission, then can you board. Anything you need, I sell. So this is the first item shop in the game that actually sells everything, funny enough. Or like all the basic consumables. So we can buy some match tags here, and most notably you can buy vaccines. It's the first time you can buy these. I guess I'll buy an extra remedy too, but we don't really need too much of these. But the magic tags, the vaccine is mostly... I don't think anything can actually like inflict virus right now. I don't even talked about what virus is, but we don't even get healed here. That's kind of mean. Well, we're gonna head on back actually because there are actually chocobo tracks back here. Take a look at that. We actually didn't get an encounter either. Wow. It's funny. I actually want to get in a couple encounters. What? Okay, sometimes it does this. Like, look at where I am. I'm on the tracks, but I'm just, like, barely not in the range. There we go. I tried to use the Geishul Green, it just wouldn't let me. So, because we're on the continent here, we actually have a couple things we can dig up here. However, I actually want to walk over here for a sec first, because... So remember that castle I was talking about, like related to the gold choco bug? This is actually the castle right here. So there's nothing to do here right now. But if you have the gold, you know, a mountain or an ocean choco, you can actually walk all the way up here. The door is blocked. There's just like a thing in the way. Like it's kind of hard to tell. It's just like some sort of like weird stone wall. But despite claims that coming here breaks the game, it's totally fine to just come here right now. This is what I was talking about, though. So, until we finish this side quest, the world map music is replaced with Kuja's little piano theme, I guess you would call it. Like, it's not an organ, it's a piano. Thankfully, you can get rid of it for a while just by, you know, riding a chocobo, but it's honestly, like, I've always really liked that. Like, it's such a nice touch that it's just like you're just hearing Kuja's theme forever. Like, he really takes over the plot at this point, as it were. Anyways, being able to use a chocobo here is a big deal because there's a couple things we can find here. Obviously, there's the chocographs we have, but there's a couple cracks we can find over here too. I don't believe this is the spot where we can dig. It's like it's on a like a little long path, but I don't remember where. And I guess we'll see eventually. There's a couple cracks we can dig up too. I don't remember where they actually are off the top of my head though, so if I miss them, I miss them, you know. Actually, nope, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. The cracks in particular are actually kind of like a big deal to find. Because, like, you kind of really want to find them. I think we accidentally found the other spot, because... Is this the one? No. There's a different set of forest for that one. Oh, but here's the crack. Look at this. So let's go ahead and feed him a dead pepper. Found a maiden prayer, a dragon's hair, gauntlets, and an Odin card. This crack in particular is kind of insane. Like, let's just take a look at what we've actually found here. Let me just, like, organize this. So first of all, let's go look at Freya, because gauntlets, obviously, for her. The gauntlets are arguably, like, they're less good for magic evasion, but they give better, like, physical evasion. They give some speed, and they give fire, earth, water, and wind damage reduction, which is, like, insane right now. It's like I might as well slap those on. Like, combined with the shield armor, Freya takes like almost no damage from magic right now. That's like a huge boost. But especially, look at this dragon's hair. This is actually Freya's ultimate weapon from this crack right here. Look at the boost. She's like miles ahead of everyone else right now. Like, it's ridiculous. We also got a Maiden Prayer, which, as you can imagine, is another item that is a female only. The Maiden's Prayer is a bit weird because it teaches auto regen, but auto regen isn't like particularly like special. And like we have Angel Earrings, which also boost holy damage, but it's another item that boosts holy damage. And they do like it is like it's kind of funny that they're kind of just worse than the Angel Earrings because the Angel Earrings also, but they do give like magic evasion, I guess. The Maiden's Prayer is probably like the least. Like it's female only gear, but it's like it's kind of like it's the one item that's like it feels like it's not that big a deal. It does give magic defense though, so but it also like I don't know. It's not particularly special compared to the others, but at the very least like the gauntlets and Dragon's Hair are like insane. Obviously, like if you couldn't figure that one out, I think this is it right here. Is this the Yep. I forget if it's like, do we want to dig right here? Yeah, there we go. Dig in this little like cove. This little alcove. 12 Phoenix down, some ore, which we can't use unfortunately, but Kaiser Knuckles too, and an Iron Man card. So he's got another pair of claws for Amaranth. I believe these ones are even stronger. This is like, this isn't his ultimate, but it's pretty close to one of his strongest weapons. This does elemental damage, wind, and teaches countdown. Since the Dragon Claws are weaker though, we'll stick with those for now. Just so we're not, because obviously Dagger's weapons are going to eventually use wind too, but it is funny that like we get like, that's another reason why I like to bring Amaranth and Freya along, is because they get kind of stockpiled here. I should also mention there's actually a friendly monster that we can encounter on this continent. However, I like to wait to encounter this guy because, for one thing, obviously you don't have a lot of control over who we can like get to learn abilities, but also like it's also partially because whatchamacallit, because this friendly monster is actually just kind of annoying to encounter. It's actually a somewhat rare encounter. Also, there's this funny little spot, so you can't, if you try to walk into this little like hole over here that we can see, it actually pushes you away, and you can't walk down here with a chocobo either. Like it like blocks you out. Doop doop boop ba-doo. Anyways, let's take a look around for this one spot. There's another set of choco tracks over here too, if you're curious. There's also another, like we've seen this before, but there's a strange floating black hole here that's kind of moving a bit. Wonder what that's all about, huh? I don't think this is, I'll check up here just in case, but I'm pretty sure this is not it. It's like over here to like the west here. As you can see, it's like a little like spot of land like this, kind of leading out to the ocean. I don't think this is it, but I mean, I'll just double check just in case. Because this one requires a mountain chocobo, so they actually like expect you to have a mountain chocobo. Maybe it's in this little like you can see like there's like this long piece of land that comes out here. This is probably it, isn't it? Yeah. Now I remember. Let's go. Oh, it's actually at the front here too, which is interesting. There you go. More ore, more ethers, but an opal and a demon's mail. That one is kind of funny that one ends up being not that useful, because we already have the demon's mail. If you didn't have the demon's mail, it would have been useful, but since I lucked out really badly and managed to actually steal it from him, it wasn't too bad. I think there's two. We already found both cracks, right? Is there a second crack? Did we find both cracks? I don't actually. I've already forgotten. We got like the Maiden's Prayer. No, because we got the Kaiser Knuckles too. Yeah. So we found everything. Let me think. So if you're curious, you can find Cactar. This is the area I was talking about earlier, but this is like the intended place to find Cactar. You can find them I think on the grass. It might actually be only on the desert here. Actually, it's funny enough, but. Oh, I don't. That's why I wasn't able to steal stuff. I don't have Master Thief equipped, you dingus. How can I not have that equipped? I don't even have Bandit equipped. Jeez. Let's take. I guess let's take. Auto haste off for now. We don't really need that per se. Maybe I'll take Steel Gill off then, because I definitely don't need that right now. We're good on money. And basically, I'm gonna get one encounter with the enemy I'm pretty sure I know we're gonna encounter here, just to show it off. And maybe we'll include it in the half part if it has anything funky going on there. But I don't think it does. I think it's just it has like 2 or 3 attacks it can use, and then it, for the most part, it's just like a basic enemy. It's a cool design though. Check out this guy, Armstrong. It's basically like this giant moving house with like, I'm not even sure if those are like, what the heck's up with the legs? Like it's a cool design. You know? It also, I believe, it has a chance to counter most things you can do with a cannon, which is just a flat, you lose 50% of your health. And unlike the demi spells in this game, cannon is actually based on your current HP and not your max HP. You can also use Mantra Magic, so it can try to put you down to 1 HP. Which it in fact successfully did. So we'll go ahead and heal Amaranth here. No, another miss. How unfortunate for you. Good healing, alright? Alright. Take it out, Freya. Check out that damage. Boom! 17,000. Didn't counter that, huh? Well, fortunate for you. But it's such a cool design for an enemy. Like it's like overly designed for what it is. Like I don't know what made them come up with this guy, but it's like it's a cool guy, you know. Alrighty, I think that's gonna be it for this part. We're gonna save right in front of Oilford. So obviously, if you don't have the Chocobo at all at this point, you do have to do a bit of a trek to get over to Oilford. But if you have the Chocobo, it's actually like, thankfully, very quick and easy. In fact, especially if you have a mountain Chocobo, because you can just kind of see this little hole over here. You can just kind of go, whoop, there it is. How do you do, fellow ruins? Let's, I guess, take a step away, and we'll just use a tent, and we'll be on our way. This is why I bought the extra tents, because obviously there's, like, no other way to really heal at this point. In fact, I'm gonna, actually, let me see. Do I need a double tent? Nah, it looks like we're good. Alright. So that'll be it for this part. See you guys eventually once it loads later.